Greetings, folks. Dan and Angela here. We're going to go see Colossal. It's going to be awesome. But first, we're going to go stop at a burger place called
Stockburgers.
Never been there before, so why not? So we're going to go there. You'll probably see some pictures here and there splashing around or after this, of certain foods that we eat. I posted on Facebook already, it's hard to say. No, we're going to go do that, and we'll go holler at you guys in a minute. When the movie's over, we'll do a little review and talk about it. It'll be spoiler-ridden, but it won't be a regular review.
All the spoilers.
So we'll see you guys in a minute. Hey guys, we're cheating a little bit. We're in the movie theater here. The lighting's kind of garbage in the middle. Movie's not started. It's like half an hour out. Well, they're doing some previews, and the food was really good. There's probably seen some pictures of it. But, yeah, but hello. Good lord. But this is a very unusual cinema. It's really small. It's a, they have awesome chairs. They serve alcohol. It's like an independent art house kind of show, cinema. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see. The movie's going to start here after a little bit, but stay tuned afterwards for what we think, I guess. I might try to squeeze a trailer in if I can, but I'm kind of concerned about copyright flagging. So, this looks really scary when we film myself like this. Looks like we're like film or something. But anyway,
that was involved with the show to be authentically linked to dance, and that's why we chose Jenna.
Exactly. Well, I'm trying to face it down, and there's only one of the gentlemen in here. I'm trying not to be distracting to him. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk to you guys after. Well, we'll let you know what we think of it after a bit. So here's to hoping it's a good movie. How's it going, guys? We just finished the movie. We stopped and got some drink at Dunkin Donuts. I doubt they'll supervisors, yes. I doubt they'll sponsor us, but it's worth a shot. My wife likes it. So, but we went and watched that movie, and first off, I'd like to say, after I did read some stuff before I went into the movie, not really any reviews or anything, just what everybody in the kaiju community was saying about it, or those folks that have seen it. And most people would say that it's not going to be like any kaiju movie you would think it would be, and they're 100% right. The only movie I thought was remotely similar to this was The Host, if you've not seen it. The Korean monster movie, not the person who did Twilight book, American crap and stuff that somebody probably cares about, but I don't. But anyway, it reminded me of that movie towards the end. So what did you think of the movie before we went and watched it?
Well, you said it was a romantic comedy, so I assumed that she was going to fall in love with the monster.
Except it's not a romantic comedy at all. Not in the slightest.
No. Unless you consider her getting kicked out of the apartment by her boyfriend a romantic comedy.
That's true love.
Or the one scene of
mental and physical abuse.
Well, some people do consider that love, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. You never know. Sometimes it's what they know. But, yeah. So I saw trailers. That was about it before this movie. Trailer, I did very low. I seen the movie was coming up. I've known about it for, I don't know, probably over a year. I said, oh, Anne Hathaway's trying to do it. Just got signed up for some giant monster movie. Sure. And the trailer came out, and I'm like, sure. I don't know what to think of it. But, anyways. So let's get into the actual meat and potatoes. Meat and or potatoes. And if you don't like meat and potatoes, I'm sorry. It's just a metaphor. But, first off, spoiler alert. This is not a regular episode of Kaiju Movie Review. It's just a vlog. So we will be spoiling the entirety of the film.
Yes.
So if you want to watch it, which I recommend to do so if it comes near your area, it's a very limited release. They unfortunately had one in Knoxville this week and Nashville. Not Nashville, Asheville. Almost the same thing minus the N, put an E after the H. But anyhow, go see it if you can. I think it's just about done with its run anyhow. I think there's maybe another week or two of it going various places in the country. Of course, we always support the official release. If the movie comes out, definitely check it out. We'll give our verdicts later. But the movie is essentially about a girl named Gloria who lives in New York with her boyfriend named Tim. And she has been out of work for a year. She's an alcoholic. And that's all she does is parties and gets drunk and sleeps all hours of the night. Lies all about it. Exactly. She's a liar. That happens to habitual liar. Not really. She just lies a lot. I don't think she does it because she doesn't. That's all she does. But she just lies a lot. And she hasn't worked in a year. She's a vlogger or whatever. Not a vlogger, but she does articles for an online magazine. And her boyfriend kicks her out because he can't deal with the crap. And she's been mooching off him for a year or whatever, however long. A year? Is that a year?
I think is what she says later on.
Yeah, since she's been out of work for a year. Well, she has to go back home. She ends up living in an old house that I guess belonged to her family. Nobody's in there. There's nothing in there. It's just a house. What's wrong? And she stumbles upon an old friend that she went to school with named Oscar. He runs a bar. His parents have died. Doesn't have anybody important in his life or whatever, so they get to kind of get together and start talking, and he offers her a job, which of course you don't give an alcoholic a job at a bar. Probably not a good idea, even though technically I think Oscar himself probably is an alcoholic too, because they always get drunk in that movie.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Seems to be drunk a lot.
All the time. But, let's see. She starts getting into things there, and this is a bunch of boring stuff happening at the beginning of the movie. The first 20 minutes or so is boring.
My God, it's so boring at the beginning.
It drags like no other. I know they got to set everything up, but it's just boring.
And it didn't help that there was 25 minutes of trailer before the movie started. Oh my gosh.
25 minutes of trailer. After our boring 45-minute interlude at the beginning of the movie. Not saying all the trailers were boring, and there was a short film that was really funny at the beginning.
Yeah, that was funny.
But after the first 20 minutes of the actual movie, that's when things start picking up. Of course, I keep wanting to say Gloria gets drunk a lot, ends up stumbling through a park in her hometown, wakes up the next morning to find out that a giant monster had attacked Seoul, South Korea. And this happens a few times, and it always seems to be every time she goes out and hangs out at the bar, everybody gets drunk, this happens. Come to find out that there's a little place, this playground area is, anytime she walks through it, at roughly about 8:05 in the morning, their time, that a monster will appear in Seoul, South Korea, in a specific part of it, and go through it and do what it does. But find out that obviously anything she does, the monster does.
She doesn't find that out right away because they said it's attacked 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would just stand there, and then other times there would be no rhyme or reason as to what it was doing.
Yeah, it wasn't acknowledging anything around it. It was just walking through, like one of the characters, what's his name? The cocaine guy.
Garth.
The cokehead, yes. Garth mentions that, if something's going to walk around and, walk at waist-high buildings, they would at least acknowledge something's there, but the monster never does that.
Yes, it never looks down.
It never looks down. But, yeah, she eventually, after this stuff starts happening, she goes into kind of detective mode and kind of figures out where it happened, what she was doing, and figures out a cause for it.
she kind of keeps to herself till one night she tells all the people down there, and which are, of course, Oscar, which is, what was his name? Jason Sudeikis. And then there was Joel, the cute one. Not my words, somebody else's.
Or so she says.
Somebody else's words. And then Garth, who's the cokehead. That's your 5, aside from Tim, those are your 5 main characters, all right there. But that's when the movie starts taking the tonal shift. Yeah, because it's Gloria, Oscar, Joel,
and
Garth, and Tim.
You said besides Tim.
Besides the 4 main characters. Sorry. It's 5 including him. Shh. 5 including him. But that's when the movie starts taking a big tonal shift. And we kind of... It does get very dark at times. And you kind of realize Oscar is not as nice of a person as he may have appeared to be. He's very manipulative. He's very controlling. You find out a woman he was going to marry 6 years ago left him. His apartment's in shambles. It looks like, I don't know, the guy never cleans up. He's got pictures of her with the little kid that her face is all etched out.
He reminded me of a hoarder.
He did, yeah, he did. He did very much so, very much so.
That's the first thing I thought when she walked in and looked around.
And ends up blackmailing Gloria in terrible ways to stick around and not leave or go back with Tim and all this crap. And it gets their moments where it dives real harshly into a dark scenario, and then it comes back up and it kind of softens out, like, oh, okay, maybe nothing, it's gonna be okay now, and then it goes back down again, it comes back up, and goes back down, and which is neat how it plays with the viewer, because I was invested at that point. Once you get past the 20-minute mark, like I said, it starts getting interesting, and I became invested. What about you? Is that about the same for you, or?
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting him to just beat the crap out of her or kill her.
Yeah. It was like, it looked like it was going to shift into like suspense drama or whatever. You know what I mean? Suspense thriller. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I mean.
It felt like it was going to go that direction. It didn't fully, embrace that, but there's other areas of the film. They did a good job with that. I mean, like I said, the beginning was boring, and I think they may have done that intentionally to make it seem kind of mundane. Like, oh, this is normal. And then it quickly became not normal. Not to the point where it was ridiculous, I don't think.
No, it never quite got that far.
No, and the monsters were used, but it was never done in at times, yes, but not much, like in a tongue-in-cheek manner, but not enough to be like, for the audience, like, well, this is just stupid. And it never went that far. And there was a few scenes where they take the gravity of the situation. Like there's a time where when she shows all the guys at the bar that she controls the monster, it was done at that moment comedically.
Ever heard dancing?
Yeah, and the monster was dancing. Still not as good as Dancing Goji, but that's beside the point. But
you can't beat dancing.
No, you can't beat Dancing Goji. That moment quickly shifts into when she accidentally kills somebody. And she's drunk, but she kills somebody. A helicopter pilot. And she kind of realizes what she's doing. And then you find out Oscar, if he steps in that area, another monster comes up, which is a giant robot. So there's 2 of them, but it's only those 2. It's only those 2. Nobody else will do it if they walk through that area. It's only that playground.
Yeah, because... but you find out why later.
Yeah, you find out why later. And outside of that, I don't want to focus too much on some parts of it because I really want you guys to see it. But now we're going to go to super spoiler territory. Super spoilers. Not that the rest of this is going to be spoilers, but this is super spoiler. Then we're going to tell you how the movie ends.
Rocks fall and everyone dies.
That's exactly it. That is down to a T, 100% accurate. This is truth. She speaks nothing but. You find out that, of course, Oscar's gone off the deep end completely. It says if she leaves, goes back with her boyfriend, or doesn't come into work or whatever, that he will go to the playground area every day and go through there and essentially, as the monster in Korea, kill people. he doesn't care.
Destroy a whole neighborhood.
Yeah, destroy a whole neighborhood every day. But he doesn't care because his life is worthless to him. I mean, he's felt insignificant in his life. His parents aren't around. He doesn't have any loved ones.
She's getting attention indirectly.
Yes, indirectly. And then the one guy, Joel, the attractive one, she ends up sleeping with him, and he finds out, and he goes off the damn deep end.
Even more so.
Even more so. It's worse when her ex-boyfriend comes around. But it gets pretty bad to the point that he's like super stalker about it, and
breaks into her house.
They get into a full rumble, all that fun stuff. Well, after a very not nice altercation between Oscar and her, where he literally beats the crap out of her, she goes home. You explain it, because you remember better than I do. Put the pin on the map.
Oh, yeah. She walks in the door, and as she's walking by, the map falls.
When she was using his maps to figure out what was going on, by the way, with the monster.
It falls and it flips upside down, and she thinks nothing of it, and walks past and rolls herself up in her deflated air mattress. And she finally gets the epiphany that whatever happens in Seoul would happen where she's at now. So she takes a plane and goes to Seoul. And you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can.
Figures out that she can become the monster in wherever. Mainhead, wherever.
Yeah, we don't know. They don't tell you the state. There's the town's name, Mainhead.
It's in New England somewhere. I assumed Maine is Mainhead or somewhere around there. But she ends up becoming the monster in Mainhead, while Oscar is the robot in Seoul. She captures him. He pleads for his life, and then she.
In a very ungrateful manner.
Yeah, definitely undignified, unmanly way.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
And then she takes him and she chucks him.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's good times. It's really fun.
Definitely worth it.
You get a very satisfying conclusion to the film.
After he was such an asshole.
Oh, gosh, yes. I was worried that she was going to be all compassionate and nice to him.
I was hoping that she would squeeze
him? Like
I was waiting for her to squeeze him.
Yeah, but it was... Yeah, you still need to go see it.
Yes, definitely see it.
But we'll talk about the monsters a little bit, because this is, of course, also a spoiler. You find out that the playground area that they were in was not originally a playground. It was a fenced-off area. Well, her and Oscar, when they were little, went to school together, and they were doing dioramas for, I guess, capitals of the world or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, and she had one of Seoul, and his was, I don't remember, it shows it, but I didn't even look at it.
I don't know if they showed it up in detail enough to know what it was.
Well, a gust of wind catches it and blows it into this fenced area. Well, he jumps over to get it, and she does too. Well, he, being this...
Having underlying asshole tendencies.
Underlying asshole tendencies. There was another word I was wanting to use, but I couldn't think of it at the time. But anyway, he's a dickhead. And vindictive asshole. Yeah, he's a vindictive asshole. And he breaks her diorama in there. I think he was going to break it and then bring it back to her and say, "Oh no, look what happened to your diorama." And she actually saw this happen because she jumped the fence right after it. I don't think he realized it. And then she gets all angry, butthurt, and lightning strikes her head for reasons, plot convenience. And
it takes like 10 seconds to get down.
Yeah, it does take a while. And then it hits him. And then you find out that she had a toy as a kid that looked like the monster. And Oscar had a toy as a kid with them, going to school, had a toy that looked like the robot that he embodied.
Because they supposedly walk to school every day.
Yeah, they would walk to school every day.
At 8:05 a.m.
8:05 a.m. And that's why it does it. And it's kind of an out there explanation for it, but I mean, as far as the rest of the movie goes, it's really the most out there thing about it. But it was good. It was done tastefully. It was handled well. Like I said, the monsters weren't goofy. The monster design was pretty neat, minus the tail. I didn't care for the tail on the female monster.
It looked more like a lizard tree. creature.
It even had like a primate kind of face thing going on there a little bit too.
Yeah, it had the rounded jaw.
Yeah.
Like a primate.
And his robot it looked like a generic robot, kid's toy kind of thing. I mean, it was neat. The effects were good for a smaller independent film like that. The effects were pretty solid. None of the monsters shot projectiles. They didn't bleed really. I mean, they fought and
They didn't spit anything.
No, nobody lost limbs or nothing like that. At least not
Nobody
monster.
really got like injured or anything while they were fighting.
Yeah.
No blood.
But the monsters were used sparingly, and there were some very, I guess, even genuine human-like parts in it. And there's some thoughts that, if I completely let go of my suspension of disbelief and thought that somebody would have picked up that these monsters were acting human-like, like way before. But
Yeah, well,
they didn't want to focus on that part. They were trying to focus on the character.
especially with the dancing.
Yeah, exactly. And the high five.
Yeah, the high five.
Yeah, and throwing the cell phone in the bag. Anyway.
And that is what that's when I figured it out, because I didn't know in the beginning.
See, I always knew because they mentioned that early synopsis of the film.
Well, see, I never read anything about it. I'm like,
That's good for you.
I'm like, it looks like he's on a cell phone, because I mean, you can see the little fingers and it's up by his head, and I'm like, it looks like he's on a cell phone.
Yeah. But it was a fun movie. The effects were good. The monsters were used sparingly, and there were some times where they got into it, and they didn't actually show anything. They didn't show the monsters. They just showed the characters stamping around in the playground area, which is really symbolic, I thought, because you think of a playground area, that's where kids like myself, I did when I was little, pretend to be a monster or a dinosaur and run around. So it's like this act you would do as a child and calling back to things you did as a kid, but it reflected in real life and had real life consequences.
And she knew what was going on, because the people.
She seemed a little more in tune to it than he did, and I don't know if that was because
I
for
think it's just because he was so far gone at that point.
He was fucked up. And I went too far and used the F word, but he was messed up. But aside from that, I think you kind of get the gist of that part of it. The movie was really, it reminded me a lot of, what the heck, what do I want to say? It reminded me more, if I apologize, I've already said this, but a suspense thriller kind of film, but not like, I don't know, it just was weird. It wasn't like I expected it, but it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. It was really boring in the beginning, but it was like the first 20 minutes. Once you can power through that, you're set pretty good. You're set pretty good for the rest of the movie. What'd you think, Mom?
I liked it past the boring part.
Yeah.
If you do watch it, either fast forward through that or wait and go in late.
There were some scenes that felt genuinely awkward, but that's what they were supposed to be. Like when you're hanging out with people and like your friend and his girlfriend or whatever, or brother, wife, sister, whatever, are arguing, and you're just like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
And there were a few moments like that, but it was done well. If you felt what the characters were feeling, then they did a good job as a director and actors and storytelling. I was actually kind of worried the movie was going during the first 20 minutes, I was like, this is a 2-hour movie. If this is going to feel like this during the whole movie, this movie's going to suck.
I know there was a couple of times that I'm just like, okay, especially before all the action and stuff started. I'm like, okay, how long have we been sitting here?
And it's just, we're not trying to over-exaggerate this. It is tolerable the first 20 minutes, but it's just really boring. There's, like I said, it's just set up for what happens later.
There's there's too much plot.
It is.
To it. I mean, it's a monster movie. There's not going to be...
Well, the same can be said for Shin Godzilla.
True.
But that was done a little differently.
But yeah, it was done differently. And I love reading books. It played out like a bad novel.
Yeah.
Until you got to, it's like, oh, skip the first 5 chapters and you're good to go for the rest of the book.
Well, another thing I thought of it is not only do these characters what they do, their monsters in fact do, but really the characters themselves, not all of them, but a certain percentage of them are really not good people. And
They all have their faults.
yeah, where as we mentioned, Gloria is an alcoholic liar, and she's kind of lazy. She doesn't do stuff for herself very much. And then Oscar's a manipulative, terrible person. Genuinely, he's
And
the worst person.
worse when he's drunk.
Oh yeah, way worse when he's drunk. Alcoholism is a huge overarching thing in this movie.
Yeah, 'cause even at the end, the lady's like, "You want a drink?"
Yeah, I know. Which I thought was funny. I thought, but the whole movie's very alcohol heavy. Like it's got. I don't know if that was intentionally meant to be a message, or it's like, well, let's just have beer be the focal point.
I don't know.
And then,
Garth's the drug head.
and then Joel was the pretty boy that was,
More or less naive.
Naive.
With everything.
and he wouldn't stand up for anything.
No.
He would
Yeah,
not
he
stand up for a
definitely-
damn thing. And I think he could have, but he was like, Angela said, he's naive. He's weak-willed. He's a weak-willed
Yeah,
person.
and Tim is petty.
Tim is petty, and he wasn't nice to. He was more verbally abusive,
Yes.
where verbally abusive to Gloria, where Oscar was physically and mentally abusive to her. But he was verbally abusive as well. He was the complete package. He was all ends of it. But I think we've ranted long enough, didn't you? Do you have any closing words you'd like to throw in?
No, I think I've spoke my piece.
Okay. Well, this is a very interesting monster movie. I'd say definitely watch it. We've mentioned the beginning of the movie enough. Go see it. Obviously, it's almost done with its run. I don't know if any other theaters will get it anytime soon. I don't know about second-run theaters in your area. Go check it. It's very well done. I think it handled the source material or monsters, when they're shown very tastefully. Acting was good. It was a really good movie. It was better than a lot of other monster movies, and it strived to do something, I feel, tried to be a different kind of monster movie, and it really was a different kind of monster movie. And I would almost say, legitimately, I'd feel the designs. I mean, maybe it's just because it was in an Asian environment, but they felt like kaiju to me. Not the giant robot so much, because it's a giant robot, but the monster she portrayed, which I don't know its actual name. I guess everybody probably call it Colossal or something. But there's a company that's going to do a figure of it. I just don't remember who it was, and I might pick it up if it's not like stupid expensive.
Giant robots.
I don't really care about giant robot. I actually just want her.
I got giant robots.
Oh yeah, she's got her Megazord. But I can't remember the robots' names and the Super Sentai. If Zach was here, he'd tell me all about it. But anyhow, I know we might review it later in another way in the future, but I make no promises. It was a fun movie, but definitely check it out. And I do hope you guys enjoyed our ranting vlog, if you will. And we'll catch you guys next time. Keep your eyes open for a new episode of what's coming next. This week we recorded Monster Bites.
Yeah,
Monster Bites will be out Tuesday. It's a different one. Monster Bites is different. Topic I've never covered. Geographical locations. Right? All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.